Hi once again to all our friends, our loyal supporters, and the followers of iGreyhound. Here we are again. It's another Thursday evening, and we certainly hope that you have made Thursdays as your regular habit. My name is Cecile Henove, and as always, we make sure that our Thursdays, especially for iGreyhound, is something that we had truly prepared for and that you would find more meaning as well as significance as we move on to our first segment. And we are featuring this time this is a season of winners, a season of champions. And at Foundation University, we are not exempt from this, and we are truly proud of the achievements of our students coming from the Foundation Preparatory Academy. This time, they are winners in their own right during the recently concluded Division Schools Press Conference organized by the Department of Education from the Division of Dumaguete City. So may I start off with the lady first? Yes, I'd like to introduce to our viewers. She's not a stranger to iGreyhound because she was first runner-up in our Hara sa FU, but this time she's wearing a different hat. May I introduce to everyone Miss Precious Kyra Arriola. Hi, Precious. Welcome back.
Yeah, it's good to be back in the seat.
Yes, right. And then beside Precious here is Justin Vaughn Salvador. Welcome to iGreyhound, Justin. Yes, thank you very much. And beside Justin here is James Heinrich Famacion. Pleasant evening.
Very pleasant
evening. Yes.
Glad to be here.
Yes, great. And first and foremost, congratulations. You are three of the winners who brought home the bacon for Foundation Preparatory Academy, as I mentioned in the recently concluded Division Schools Press Conference. Precious, tell us about your category and the place that you got.
Okay, so good evening. I am again Precious Kyra Arriola, and my category is feature writing, and I have clinched the 4th place out of 5 actually in the DSPC.
Yes, very good. Congratulations. Great to know that. Yeah, Justin.
Justin Vaughn Salvador. I'm a sports writer. We had to watch a game. In this case, it was chess, and I got 4th place out of 11 or 12. Forgot.
Yes, okay. Yeah, and then for James.
Hello, I'm James Heinrich Famacion from Humanities and Social Sciences. For the category I got during the DSPC, it was for column writing, and I got 1st out of 13.
Yes, yeah, so a big applause and shout out to everybody. But as mentioned, you are just 3 of the various winners from Foundation Preparatory Academy, because there were those who also made it to the group categories, namely radio broadcasting and TV production and some other individual categories. But I'd like to ask each one of you, because this is something that's close to my heart. It's campus journalism, and if I remember correctly, we had trained for this particular contest, the Division Schools Press Conference. But for Precious, this is not your first time to join a contest, specifically in feature writing. You had represented Foundation University in the virtual campus journalism event, a few months back. Yeah, please tell us about this experience, Precious.
Okay, so, pressure is always present, although I think that I'm always scared and maybe not confident enough about my compositions and work. It is still with great pride and honor that I have to represent Foundation University as well as Foundation Preparatory Academy in my works. It was actually the track leadership where I got to meet a lot of people. Actually, they're all my online friends now. I think if I can recall, they're from different schools around here in Philippines.
Yes, all over the country.
Yeah, although that I did not have a place at all, I think it's still a great honor, and it's still a great achievement that I got to represent our school.
Yes, track, it stands for transforming something. Yeah, it's an organization, non-profit organization that organized an online campus journalism contest, and yes, you were one of them. Yeah, thank you very much, Precious. And then for Justin, tell us about your experience at the DSPC.
Well, it was really surprising that we had to do chess because we were walking towards the tennis court, and everyone else was really excited, right?
Oh.
But I was nervous because I wasn't that knowledgeable about tennis. But when we turned, it was chess. We saw the coaches that I knew from the Negros Club 64. So everyone else sighed or moaned, or they were complaining, and I was happy because I play chess. I used to be varsity. So they explained the rules of chess, but I think most of the journalists didn't get it. But I was really happy because after they played the game, there were interviews going on after, and I was one of the only 2 people that asked actual technical questions about chess, so I felt like I had an advantage. But after they made us write the article about the game, I didn't have enough time to finish. My article was too long. But it wasn't just me. A lot of us didn't get to stand upright because when they said time's up, most of us were still writing, and we were hesitant to stand up and submit. But it's a pleasant surprise that I still got 4th place anyways without finishing.
Yeah, I think that's still a good performance, no, as far as being in a DSPC contest, because that's division level and it involves various schools in the city of Dumaguete. Yeah, thank you. I'll get back to you, no, Justin. Yeah, for James, column writing, and you got the 1st place.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, my experience for column writing was certainly one that was, you could say, unexpected. When I initially started to get into writing, it was back in the pandemic, and I didn't expect my skills to get this far. I remember when Sir Algin called the awardees out to join for the DSPC. We barely had any time for preparation, but thanks to my advisor, Ma'am Vanessa Carmen Rodriguez, actually she's married now, so I can't say that anymore. But thanks to her, I managed to master the art of column writing to a degree in which I find satisfying.
Very good.
So initially, I went to this competition with little to no expectations. I was expecting the least, if I were to put it into words. I did not care for the result. However, as the days slowly got closer, the articles I wrote slowly grew attached to them. So when the day finally came, I was extremely nervous. We sat outside for like 3 hours under the scorching sun as we waited for the previous batch to finish. And once I finally got inside, it was a very grand hall of the DepEd, and the vastness of the venue really put the pressure over me. However, I had my pen in hand, ready to write anything. So the topic we were given was protecting communities through protecting communities through journalism from cybercrimes. And it was a topic I was very knowledgeable about because me and Ma'am Vanessa wrote a lot about this during our training. And as I was writing, right? And then I looked over to the other schools. As I finished my first paragraph, they were already turning the other page.
Wow, my
so
gosh,
they were on
page 2 already.
They were like on their 4th or 5th paragraph, and that caught me off guard because I was still on my first paragraph, but I kept my writing concise, clear, catchy, and I stayed true to the core of what column writing truly is. And of course, when I exited the venue, I expected nothing because mine was very short compared to the others. But fast forward a week later, I was sleeping and I woke up. Ma'am Vanessa called me. So she's like, "Fam, the first place ka, Fam."
Okay, Fam is because that's your last name,
Yes, that's my last
Famacion,
name.
no?
Fam. It's an abbreviation.
Yes,
basically.
yes, Famacion, yeah.
And I was so surprised, and I made a very long Facebook post about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, because of the
you can see me
win.
pouring my feelings out.
Okay, because of the win or
Because
the
of the win.
victory.
I didn't expect it at all. I
Yes.
was caught off guard. I thought the one from, I don't know what's the code, BRNSC?
The SPC?
Yeah, the SPC. A student there was like very hyperactive. It feels like she was a veteran, so I thought she'd had me beat, but somehow, against all odds,
Yeah.
I managed to outwit her.
Yes, okay. But of course, that's the decision of the Board of Judges,
Yes.
that's how we call it. But you guys can now be called as campus journos, no? That's how we call it, or campus journalists. But you are all in your senior high school.
Yes.
Precious Kyra is in grade 12 already. Justin is
Grade 11.
Grade 11, and
11 too.
Fam, I'll just use your
Yes.
nickname now. Fam is
Grade 11 too.
grade 11. That means that you are well on your way to choosing a career very soon, no, in college. But tell us about the love for writing, no? First, maybe I'll say, is this something that is innate in you, inherent in you? Is this something, second, maybe something that you have been doing in the past? And how did you cultivate this so-called art of writing and gotten to fall in love with the art or with the craft? Yeah, Precious first.
Okay, so I think I'm going to tell a very short story of how I got into writing. So I was actually in elementary when I started writing, but I knew for sure that writing wasn't my forte because I was assigned in news writing. And the objective goal of news writing isn't just for me, like what's all with these facts, what's all with these technicalities, it's not for me, but I was forced to do news writing because like that was the only category that I was assigned to. And then moving on to the 10th grade where I was chosen to be the writer for the feature writing category, same in the DSPC. I actually was given a book by my teacher, and then the author there is Feature Writing for Filipinos by Dr. Cecilia Nove.
That's me.
Yeah, I was like,
Okay.
oh,
Hi.
this book is like very helpful, and I've read it to the anjod kanang to the last, to the core.
Look at that, a revelation.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
okay.
it was so helpful
even
for
know.
me. Yeah, it was so very helpful for me because there were tips from how to write a feature article to like tips on to how to get through not art block, but writer's block, like eating something or doing something that fascinates you. And then there's a quote there that says, "A good feature writer must love their environment," because that's how you like appreciate the things around you, even to the smallest detail. And like I took that quote with me until I am here in the 12th grade. And then that's how I knew that I like feature writing, because it's just not an article, but like it's an article that uses flowery words. It plays with your soul. It plays with your mind. And like I also had a class or like a training with Dr. Cecilia Nove, and I was like telling her about this book na I read, and then I went back home. I read the book. I was like, familiar na gini.
my goodness.
I searched it on FB like, hala, si Dr. Cecilia ito, and
I was the
so
one facing
starstruck.
you. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I was new to FPA at that time,
that
with mom.
time,
I was still in
okay.
grade 11, a transferee
Yes,
student.
yes,
And then I was also told by you, ma'am, na you like feature writing, you love feature writing. It's your forte because you can use your words however you want. You can pour your soul in it. And like, that's what inspired me to write. And then I also discovered that my grandfather was in the radio broadcasting after his turn in the Navy. And I thought like maybe writing and telling the people the truth through like my words, the way I use my words, the way I write my words, is like second to my nature.
Yes, oh my gosh. When I said I didn't know, I didn't realize that you were one of those who have or who has a copy of my book, Feature Writing for Filipinos. But I'm glad that it has helped you a lot, Precious, including your skills in oral communication. Yeah, so I'm happy that you are still in the feature writing category. Yes, very good. And then for Justin, how has this love for writing been developed in you through the years?
I think it all started in 4th grade. My cousin needed to write a book report for her project, but she wasn't into reading. I wasn't into reading at the time, but I was really interested in the book. So I read it, and my love for reading just snowballed from there. I read the entire series. It was Percy Jackson, actually. And so I got into mythology. And the sports aspect, I used to be an athletic kid. Like I was a varsity swimmer, football player back in elementary school. When I went to Silliman, I played a lot of basketball and running. I really liked sports. Until now, I don't play sports as much anymore, but I still exercise. I still run a lot. I just don't play as much sports, but I still follow professional leagues like the NBA, FIBA, hockey, football, things like that. The Olympics especially. And I think
And you said you played chess? Sorry?
Yes, chess, I forgot.
Chess, yes.
Yes, I forgot.
Until now?
Until now, since
that's
7th
good.
grade.
Yeah, so
Yes.
it's not only coincidental, so I'd like to say that your sport during that DSPC conference or DSPC is chess.
I was really lucky.
Yes,
honestly, I had an
right,
advantage.
yes. Somehow...
It felt like fate.
Yeah, fate or destiny, maybe, that chess was the sport that you had to write about, no? Yeah, very good. Does it help? I'd like to pursue further, and then I'll get back to Precious later on. Does it help that one should really be engaged into sports activities?
I think it helps a lot since you get to learn the terminology, the lingo,
That's correct.
and how players' minds work. So it was really helpful.
Yeah, and understand the
Yes,
game.
understanding the game, how it worked. The chess is like a really cool game if you're into it because like you have knights and bishops and kings and queens medieval times, so you can write a story out of that.
Okay, yeah. And be creative,
Yes,
no? Very much
it
like
helps.
feature writing also, you have to be creative.
But
yeah.
unlike Precious, I'm not like into super creative writing.
Okay.
I like using facts and logic and
Yes.
stuff. I'm kind of a nerd.
Yeah.
Or like,
But
you
that
know,
helps also in your
yes.
development of the story.
More objective writing. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, Justin. And then for Fam, James, yes. Column, are you, I'd like to revise my question. No? Are you a highly opinionated person? Because this is opinion or column writing. Because column writing means that you have to be opinionated.
It's not that I'm a highly opinionated person. It's more like I can adapt to the different perspectives very quickly and write about them. I wouldn't say that I'm very opinionated. My style of writing usually focuses on creative writing. I write stories. I write fiction. I write things to entertain people. I write screenplays for films.
Yeah, that's very creative and literary.
Yes. So
Your love for writing.
my love for writing.
How did it develop?
I guess it stems back to my association with the English language. I've been going to the school ever since kindergarten.
Of course.
You can see it in my ID number,
Yeah,
2012.
Okay. So FPA, no?
Yes.
Since day one.
Since day
perhaps.
one.
Okay.
Well, not kindergarten one. I was in daycare, but
Okay, yeah.
I slowly developed a knack for English. But I sacrificed my understanding of my own native language, which was Tagalog.
Yeah.
And it's very clear in my report card when you see a line of 9s and you see a 78, because you cannot answer the essay questions for the exams.
Okay. And you would know where that would belong.
Yes,
no? The grade.
you will obviously know that that's my report card because Filipino is so low while the other subjects are
Okay.
moderately acceptable.
Yeah.
My love for writing, it's not really a love. Writing, me and writing have a love-hate relationship of sorts. Lately, it's become more of love, but
Okay.
it stems back, from what I remember, to 7th grade. Well, it stems to the pandemic, but in 7th grade, I remember writing my first story. And the funny thing is, it was an idea I had about the sport I was learning called chess.
Which was, chess. So you have something in common.
And the story he mentioned about knights and bishops, I wanted to create an army and a chess setting in which the army was real and it was actually happening in real time. And our English teacher, I did not follow the instructions specifically because the English teacher asked us to separate the story into introduction, body, and conclusion. However, my story combined all of them into one, so you could not find where the conclusion was.
Yes.
Like the ending could have been at the introduction. It's like once upon a time, the end.
The end.
that's how
Okay.
messy it was.
Okay.
But not literally though. But
Yeah.
as the pandemic developed, the COVID-19, that's when my hate for writing began to develop, but also my love for it.
Hate and
Yes.
then love. Okay.
I began to neglect writing because, in a way, it was the only thing I had in my life. It was
at that time.
Yes,
at
at the
that
time. I used it as a way to cope.
Yeah.
And then, throughout 8th grade, I neglected writing a lot. I spent time learning chess instead.
Okay.
9th grade, I met a very special person who inspired me to write. And that person, still here. No, you're laughing because you know who she is. But that person eventually inspired me to write more.
Okay.
And that came through to all the projects because we always got paired together. So I had to write all of it. And this also is where I developed my skills for video editing.
Okay.
So I integrated my writing and my video editing and put them into school projects. So those reports you have to do are like, evolution is the change of humans over time or something.
Yeah.
And I had to edit those videos in. And as the years developed, my love for writing slowly grew. However, in 10th grade, I neglected my writing
Again?
because I wanted to pursue a career in chess.
So
And
still
that's
goes
where
back to
that's where
chess.
we're interconnected.
Okay.
See, I'm a former varsity.
Okay, yeah. That's
Me
good.
and him were teammates,
Yes,
actually.
yes, yeah. But at least somewhere, no, along the way, the love for writing really
Yes.
emerged also, even if it's a love-hate relationship.
But yeah, towards the end of the year, I slowly began to realize that chess wasn't just doing it for me anymore. I wanted to focus on my academics. I wanted to focus on what I really, really love, what was true to my core, and that was writing.
Yeah, that's
so in 11th grade, I decided to retire from the chess club, step down as captain, and become a hobbyist for writing, basically.
Yeah, yes. But of course, when you write something or when you write, really, it's an expression of what you feel at the moment, and perhaps to unfold or let something unfold within you or outside of you. Now, I'd like to ask each one of you also the skills as well as the abilities that have enriched you as a person, no? While being at the Foundation Preparatory Academy and while being campus journals. Or maybe we can start off with Precious. Skills and abilities that you have learned to love, that have enriched you, and that have developed you as a person at Foundation Preparatory Academy and as a campus journalist?
I would have to say it should be critical thinking and resilience, because it takes a great mind and a very resilient and productive pair of hands and brains in order to be a successful writer. I mean, not in the wing a successful na dagkagwarta, but successful in delivering what you think is right and delivering only what is right. And I think being resilient is like a core of being a campus journal, because you have to be aware of what's going on around, and then you have to be true to that, and you need to be something or somewhat kind of a person who's like stumbled, and then you must be the same person who must go back up in the fastest way possible. That's how a campus journal should be, because despite all of the criticisms that you might or may face as a campus journal, you must know how to stand back on your feet and stand back for only what is the truth.
Yes, and in fact, that is really the epitome of being a journalist. Yes, yeah. Thank you, Precious. How about Justin? Talents, skills, capabilities that you have learned from Foundation Preparatory Academy that have shaped you now as a campus journalist and as a person too.
I agree with what Precious said, everything she said, but adding on to that, I think like personally, I focus a lot during our English lessons and our communication subjects in Foundation Preparatory Academy. It taught me like really how to compose long essays and speeches and letters. And ever since like my dad died before moving to Foundation, he was an English teacher, so everything I do, English related or writing related, I do for him, right? So that's it. Mostly, Precious already said what's on my mind mostly.
Yes, but it started off with the capacity of being able to express yourself well in the written language.
Written language. I'm not very good at speaking.
But you're good at speaking now, listening to you. Yes, okay. Yeah, how about for Fam? James, yes.
So
things that you have learned.
The things that I've learned is that through writing, I can translate what I want to say in a more concise and clear way. It's because when I try to make speeches, I always get stage fright, and I make
orally when you deliver.
And I make scenarios in my head of the speech I want to make, and it turns out really good. But when it comes out of my mouth, it becomes a lesser version of what I want it to be.
So that's oral communication.
Yes, oral communication. So that's why I learned how to pre-write my speeches before doing anything else. But one problem I have with writing is that my handwriting is really, really bad.
Really? But this time, it's a good thing that you mentioned the penmanship or handwriting, because this time around, the DSPC has gone back into like really writing by longhand, not the encoding or the computerized during the pandemic. So this time we're back at the longhand writing. Really? Okay. So that means that your handwriting may be legible. Legible, at least. No? It can be read.
It's like, it's readable, but a third grader could do better.
Oh my, okay. So that's the things that you have learned from being...
Sa bond paper, ma'am, maghiwi, ma'am.
Ganon.
It's actually nice, ma'am, because we were there when his handwriting evolved. Like, starting from scratch And then going to like the point where Ma'am Vanessa could say, wow, very good, nag-improve na yung mga writing. We were there, so like it's also like a triumph for him and for us. We could celebrate, yay, handwriting, good.
We were so proud of you guys.
Yeah, we're so proud of you.
Although it's not really a requirement, but having a legible handwriting also helps a lot.
I think it's an effect of technology because I'm always used to
yes,
typing.
yes, exactly. And even for many among us now, no, who are into technology also. Now, in the few minutes that we have left for this particular segment, I'd like you guys, this is going to be an opportune time for you to talk to our viewers, talk to our young people, especially those who would like to go into writing, no, because campus journalism is, of course, prevalent today. It's embodied in the Campus Journalism Act of 1991. Thus, you are the inspiration among our youth coming from Foundation Preparatory Academy. Ladies first and then onwards to FAM. Yeah, Precious.
Okay, so to all students out there, please do not be afraid to like put a step on what you think is right. And like, even though you don't see yourself in a forte where you can be objective, you can always jump into several categories where you can play with your words. And that's like my forte, which is feature writing. And campus journalism isn't just like a club or like a non-profit organization, but it's also a field where you can talk about what you think is right, and you can talk about several issues that are prevalent in our community. So like campus journalism can be a step in evolving or pushing yourself to be someone who can be revolutionary, not just in your school, but in this world. You can be like an instrument to fight all the crimes and all the misunderstanding, misconceptions, especially in politics, dili na lang ako mag-say, and the government or like poverty. You can be an instrument to like change the world in every letter and strike of a pen that you have.
Yes, thank you. And develop your feature writing skill, Precious. Yes. Justin.
Adding on what Precious said, responsible journalism is very important when you're talking about controversial issues, right?
Yeah.
You mentioned politics, dili na kamusay. But I think it's important to write about issues as well, and use your writing for the good of the world, whatever you think that may be, and keep practicing. Like personally, I'm really active in helping my classmates write their essays or things like that.
Yeah.
So I always have time to practice. And
that's the essential part. Do not stop writing.
Yeah. You have to be interested. Like you have to love what you do. You learn new skills and all that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Justin. And then very quickly, Fam.
I think they've said what they said, but I think you should, although you should write with your heart, as writing is a very artistic and expressive form of art. I think you should also write with your brain because, as they said, politics.
Dili na lang to
say.
Okay. But all of you guys really did very well, and I'm sure that you can still bring home the bacon as you represent us in the regional.
We're going to conquer Cebu.
Wow, regional schools press conference. So
Hometown.
Godspeed to you all, representing Foundation University and of course Foundation Preparatory Academy. We shall be right back, friends, with more of the accomplishments of our students at Foundation University after we pause for some few reminders. We will be right back.
Grit, determination, resilience. These traits are what made Foundation University overcome the obstacles of the pandemic for more than 2 years. With the future being uncertain, it was difficult to make plans. Life, or whatever was left of it, in the minds of Foundationites was at a standstill. This year, just in time for the new academic year, Foundation University shows to the world that she can weather any storm. With full face-to-face classes back, the campus brims with life as teachers and learners make up for time spent online. The challenges in the past have tested how far Foundation University can go. From where we are, there is nowhere we can go but up. As we rise and stand united, we face the coming year with optimism and hope as Foundation University proudly soars on her 74th year. Just as the Greyhound is capable of leaping to greater heights, so does Foundation University. FU at 74, proudly soar.
Yes, we're back on iGreyhound, still being streamed live on the Facebook page of Foundation University and telecast also on Channel 6 of Filproducts TV-Dumaguete. And in our earlier segment, we spoke with achievers from Foundation Preparatory Academy since we are cultivating the culture of excellence here at Foundation. And this time for our second segment, yes, they are achievers in their own right because they've accomplished something that probably they did not think that they would be able to do so at this particular moment. But allow us and let us allow them to tell us their journey, to tell us their story. I'd like to introduce first and foremost, immediately to my left, is Mr. Keith Nemenzo. We will tell you what he is up to this time in the next few minutes, but he is one of our broadcast communication students here. Hi, Keith, and welcome back to iGreyhound.
Yes, thank you so much. And also to our viewers out there, wonderful evening to each and everyone.
Yes, thank you, Keith. And beside Keith here is Anne Pagharion.
Yes, ma'am.
And also one of our broadcast communication students of Foundation University. So first, greet our viewers, Anne.
Hello, everyone, and hello, Greyhounds. I hope you guys are doing well. Stay healthy, of course. It's such a chilly weather, so let's avoid some sickness from here and there.
Yes, okay. Now, congratulations, first and foremost. My goodness. And I think I am also part of the film, no? But
yes,
mine was a cameo role, yes. But anyway, let's talk to our director because this is one particular achievement which I think we started off on a positive note, but little did we realize that you would be able to garner 2 of the major awards. So Mr. Keith Nemenzo, filmmaker of Pan ug Dugo. Sige, you can tell us about the synopsis and everything.
Well, it's something, the creation of the film is something like, it was not planned at all, actually. Like, we just heard from Miss Jules, one of our instructor in broadcasting department, that she's expecting an entry from the broadcasting department for the 10th edition of Lutas Film Fest. And it was like, actually Pan ug Dugo is a remake, an adaptation of the original film by a Broadcom also, an alumnus, in the person of Troxy Torres, and he wrote originally the Pan ug Dugo way back in 2016, and I already saw that film through Miss Ange, and I said, "Oh, this
one of our teachers also."
Yeah,
no?
and it started my interest in like doing film, and I said, as I watched the film, but I thought, but when the time that we like did the set, the shoots, there I realized that it was not easy like to create such a film. It was a wonderful journey, of course, and kudos to my wonderful crews also. Shout out to Jean, Kai, Sian is here, JJ, KemJ, and the rest of our like fellow Broadcom who helped us finish this film, produce this film actually, and also to Miss Jules, who was our direct advisor for that specific film. And about the story,
yes.
It's actually a story of a desperate couple, like due to poverty, and adding to that the situation of their child in person of Tonton. They were like desperate of having like money, and here comes a friend in the person of Mando, like who introduced them to a job that will put their lives on the line. So that's like the synopsis of the story, Pan ug Dugo.
So it's about a social issue, no, that is prevalent in society today.
Kapit sa patalim.
Yes, something like I was about to say it. Something like kapit sa patalim, no, which is the theme. You would grab anything to save the life of your child, or perhaps to make your life better. I'll get back to Keith in a little while. Anne, your role was as a friend of the couple.
No, I was the
no.
one telling the story of the couple.
Okay.
And I played Celine, and I was also one of the set designers of Pan of the
Oh,
Group.
right. And you were nominated as
Yes.
one of the best supporting actress.
Yes.
Okay. The experience, Sian, of being part of I'd like to call it as a neophyte's work, no? Neophyte, because this is your first film, I suppose, Keith. Being part of this one and being all tyros or neophytes. Yeah, the experience that you had.
It was great,
gotten.
actually. I had no problems. It was so easy working with everyone, and not once have I felt neglected or my needs were not made to be completed.
Yes. The fact that you are the director, Keith, you were also one of the actors. That you were the husband, right, and the father, of course. Did it take a toll on your energy, perhaps, on your stamina and everything? Because it's difficult enough to be a director, but you are a director and actor at the same time.
Yeah, well, I never thought that I would be able to like pull the thing off, because it's my first time directing a film. At the same time, acting. Yeah, I'm not used. I did not have any experience in like acting before. Not when we produced the film. It was out of no choice actually, because one of the hard part difficult part in producing a film is like looking for your cast, and we were like, who is fit to do the role, and then because of the time, we were pressured by time because it was 2 weeks away from the deadline of Lutas Film Fest. So then I decided, okay, I'll take the role. So it's challenging actually, like acting and directing at the same time. But thank God that we were able to pull it off.
Yes, and you all did great, huh? Even if you were neophytes. But henceforth, no, from here, from Pan ug Dugo, which garnered maybe you can tell our viewers, 2 of the awards that you got from Cine Negrense.
Yeah, we're able to be shortlisted in the prestigious event, Cine Negrense, the Negros Island Film Festival. Actually, after Lutas, which we were not able to like garner an award, Miss Jules kept on.
Juliet Licaros, no, that's our one of our instructors in the broadcast
Juliet
communication.
Licaros, yeah, she kept on like encouraging us, like create more films, and then try to search for like other film festivals and try to submit some entries. And so that's what I did after Lutas. And as I was searching for a call for entries, there was a call for entry for the Cine Negrense. I just tried to like submit an entry under the intercollegiate category, and like weeks later, I was not expecting that I will receive an email from the festival director, and he said that the Pan ug Dugo was shortlisted in one of the top 10 finalists.
Okay,
of the festival, and we were not actually expecting an award because Lutas, the Negros Oriental Film Festival, we were not able to like garner an award. So how much more if on a bigger stage? But during the awarding, the awards night, as the nominees were being called, I was surprised that we were nominated in a lot of like awards. As the host was calling the nominees, I was doing like this, like
crossing your fingers.
Hopefully, we'll be able to like win an award. And we won best in editing and best in musical score. And it was a wonderful experience. Also meeting like other filmmakers. It inspired me a lot more, especially in the field of filmmaking.
This is your first film, no?
Yes,
henceforth, no, are there plans, of course, to probably pursue bigger projects?
Yeah, that's one of my plans. And actually, right now I'm pitching for another film, and just finding time to like do the shoots and like first meet with crew, and then plan for the shoot, and hopefully it will be an entry for next film festivals. Right now, Panugdugo, we are sending it as an entry to some more film festivals like Cinemalaya.
Yeah, yes, or bigger film festivals, no? Yeah, but you started out at Lutas, of course, and then onwards to Cine Negrense. Yes, very good exposure also. But you were also shortlisted among the entries in the Mindanao Film Festival.
Mindanao Film Festival under Dayo category. And yeah, we were also nominated as one of the top 3 best Dayo film on that particular event.
Dayo means you're not coming from Mindanao,
Yes,
no? It's
that's
like Dayo.
from Luzon and Visayas.
Okay, yes.
So there were films coming from Quezon City, Metro Manila, and yeah, I was also surprised for shortlisted. I mean, part of the nominees in the Dayo Award. So that's something.
And even in the Negros Island Film Festival, you were not part of. Of course, it was a category not part of Negros Occidental, no? The Panugdugo, right? Yes. Outside of Negros Occidental.
It's within Negros.
Okay.
Negros Island. It's within Negros Island under the intercollegiate category. So we're the sole entry from
Negros Oriental.
The rest
yes.
from Negros Occidental.
Okay, that's what I meant. Yes, you're the only entry from Negros Oriental, although it's a Negros Island competition. Yes, okay. For Cian, and I'd like to ask this of Keith as well. The fact that you are now, or you have tried your hand at filmmaking, I'd like to ask your opinion or your insight about where does our film industry go, especially among those who are into short films, or short filmmaking, or filmmaking in general, but not the so-called commercial film. Are we at a stage where we can fully harness the skills of our young people to go into filmmaking? And how do we develop this, starting off from you guys? Cian.
I think that's very possible if you really want it. I know if you have a dream, you look for it, you will build connections. Actually, I had that mindset before. I thought, I want to be an indie actress, but there aren't any major directors or corporations here in Dumaguete City. I'll just give this up. But then I found Foundation University, which caters to my dreams and of course my craft. And look where I am now. I am nominated for my very first film. And even though we can't be on mainstream right away, we can always use social media as a tool to, of course, build our platforms. There's TikTok, there's YouTube, there's even Facebook. You can start with, let's say, comedy videos first, but if with the right hard work, with the right persuasion, you can get to where you want to be in life.
In other words, if you find your passion, then you would be committed to pursue it. Yeah, that's really very nice. I'll get back to Cian. How about for Keith?
Well, it's very much possible, Mom. Nothing is impossible, especially with God, of course. Nothing is impossible, especially so long as you are willing to learn, you're willing to hear advices, hear critics, and willing to sacrifice your time, sacrifice your effort, just for the success of your craft. Then it's very much possible. Because even in our film, we did shoots until 12 midnight. So that's something you have to, as I was saying, you need to sacrifice like lots of your energy. But after you've seen your craft, it's like you can just say that it's worth the while.
It's rewarding.
It's rewarding. Rewarding because me before I was just, when I look at local films, local short films, I'm really amazed. Like, wow, how did they do it?
Or how did they come up with something like this?
It's like I'm totally like amazed with these films. But here I am now, like making one of those films. So it's, of course, if we were able to pull it off, for sure, you will be able also to like create your craft.
Now that you have been exposed, both for Cian and Keith, now that you have been exposed and met young filmmakers from the festivals that you had joined, do you think there is a room, for young filmmakers to grow henceforth in the country, at least, Keith first, and then Cian.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, there is a big room actually for new filmmakers, because that's what the advocacy is like to develop more local filmmakers, because the purpose of these local filmmakers is able to like showcase the heritage of and culture of their respective cultures. I mean, respective cultures. So we from Negros Oriental will be able to produce Cebuano, Bisaya films, and also from other parts of this of the country, especially the Philippines, is very rich in like culture. So that's an avenue will be able to that a filmmaker will be able to express his ideas, his imaginations in his environment.
Yeah. Do films necessarily have to be reflective of one's state of mind or state of being, or as you had mentioned, the culture of a particular place, or can it be just about anything under the sun?
Well, it can just be can be anything under the sun, because filmmaking is one. I think I consider it as the most creative type of art, because you deal with a lot of factors as you make the production. So yes, film is just amazing.
Yes. It's a big challenge, no? But with people like you, with individuals like you, you're able to make it, no? You're able to pull it through. Yeah, how about for Cian?
Of course, there's space for even more young filmmakers. We were rookie filmmakers before,
yes.
and I just want to encourage our youngins, our youngsters, that in the art industry in the Philippines, it's not a circle of competition. It's just getting new mentors and everyone exchanging skills, and I think that's very fascinating.
Yes.
There's really this bond within artists and artists.
Yes, right. In other words, you like sort of speak the same language, no? Yes. And we were talking about encouraging, no? Young filmmakers. How about those who may want to go into filmmaking but somehow are facing some constraints, whatever they may be? Well, I wonder, maybe lack of support, lack of encouragement. Is it expensive to produce a film? I think that's where we can start off, no? As a starting point or something.
That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
Like
if you're an individual producing your own film, I guess it is very pricey.
If you're only one person.
Yes, but if you have a group who have the same goal as you, then of course it won't be as expensive as you think it is.
Okay.
I'm sure there are also who want to sponsor your film, because they also advocate for what you advocate in. There could be product placements. There's so much more.
Yes,
actually.
right, yeah. And creativity, no? Yeah, Keith.
Yeah, for me, ma'am, Panugdugo was actually a no-budget film.
Yeah.
So
in one of the interviews, yata, no? You mentioned that.
What I mean is, you don't. Well, money, of course, really matters for you to produce a more quality film. But for just as what Miss Juliet was kept telling me, like just produce passion projects. Yeah. So if it's really your passion, then you won't mind if you have released a lot of a huge amount, or like it was just a no budget film, just a passion project itself. But the fact that you did it out of passion, that's already a big thing, and that's what you need if you want to take the track of filmmaking.
Yeah, right. And since you are students, of course, of Foundation University, perhaps there are things or insights that you may have gotten or learned from your mentors here in the university in general, no? Not only with the broadcast communication department, but with everyone in the university, that you think molded you or shaped you into at least where you are now at this moment. See, Anne first.
It's definitely learning the importance of working as a team. You've met me before, ma'am, and you got all snobby when I said, I like working alone. I'm very content with my own
you said
space.
that, no? Yeah, I remember.
But that was only because I was afraid of trusting people. But then again, I met the broadcast communication department, and not only do I get to share my skills and how it got to be nurtured, but I also had this bond with the students as well. So not only am I excited to be an artist or an actress, but I'm also looking forward for the more projects ahead of us. And I know I'll get tired during the process, but it's a kind of tired that I am looking forward to.
Yes, because after all, not really the tired physically, no?
Yes.
But perhaps tired in a way that you'd still like to do more, but maybe the spirit is willing, but
A tired feeling is where
the
you
body
feel
is weak.
fulfilled.
Oh yes, right. Oh, then you heave a sigh of relief, no? And then experience that sense of fulfillment. Yeah, very nice. How about for Keith? Things that you may have gotten out of Foundation University that helped you where you are now at this moment, no? Because you have a long way to go, like Anne too.
Well, allow me to express this in our language mo. Like I want to say na if wala ko ron diri sa foundation, I will not become who I am right now.
Yes, okay.
And I will not be able to achieve these things because outside of Foundation University, before I came here, like I did not have any knowledge on like filmmaking, on photography, maybe perhaps, and videography and such things. Maybe I just like do it like out of hobby, maybe, but not that good. Not that good.
Yeah.
But when I entered Foundation University, I was able to meet our instructors, you, ma'am, our Miss Juliet, Nicaros, Miss Ange, and all in all, I learned a lot from you guys and some other teachers, especially from the College of Arts and Sciences department. So like being here actually, well, I did not know. I don't know if it's like a magical thing, like the magic nga.
Yeah, or like out of the blue. Now then you became who you are now.
And like as I was like looking back at the process, ma'am, I would just like think, na, how come did I get here?
Like how did it all come about? No?
But I know that the instructors really, and also our classmates, really took part of that change and that development.
How important was the teamwork? We were talking about teamwork, no? But if you cannot gather the cast and pick out the best who would be able to portray a character, that was what I was curious about. Although I didn't have the chance to ask you this, no? How did you pinpoint a particular person to portray a particular character? Because when I saw the film, and I think it's also being shown as one of our B-rolls, it was a perfect choice of a character.
Yeah, that's what others also kept telling me.
Yeah.
And so they asked me how I chose the character.
Characterization.
But actually, ma'am, we just like listed down all the characters. And then I brainstormed like maybe I'll let C take this role.
Okay, or who
I'll
would
let
portray.
Jim take this role. And I just did that. And well, it happened, and in fact some of our casts were on the spot cast. Like we went to the nursing department to shoot a specific scene, and then it so happened that we lacked characters like by Mando. We do not have by Mando.
The friend of
and so everything is set, but we don't have the character. And as we were looking around, we saw LG with the SA in the nursing department. And we approached him and said, bro, we do not know each other, but said, bro, are you free? Like, we're shooting here and we want you to take this role. And then he willingly said yes. Yeah. So that was one instance. And another instance was when we shoot at near Kalindagan Barangay Hall in Kalindagan. It was around 11 to 12 midnight when we shot the shooting incident. And so we lack characters also at that time, but we just went to the barangay hall to ask permission that we will be shooting this kind of scene because it's a shooting incident, so may alarm what's happening. And especially there are police nagpa-patrol at that time, so we went for a courtesy at the barangay hall and for the barangay danon to inform them. And when we got there were trainers for Buglasan. And they were from Cebu. And then we told them that we'll be shooting this film. And then I heard one, he said, "Alo, masig kapilunta." Yeah, that's a good idea actually, because we lack characters, so we like on the spot they became on the spot cast. So
Okay, yeah.
there are a lot
Because
of on the
they were
spots.
perfect, like perfect portrayals of the characters that they played. No, that's why I thought, oh, this must have been a tedious task, but they were able to like pull it off. And to think that they are not that they are tyros, no, they are neophytes also
Yes.
in the acting profession. But nevertheless, in the few minutes that we have left, no, this has truly been a very interesting conversation. Ways by which you guys, because you have now become an inspiration, no, that you can do something if you just put your heart and mind into it. Encourage and perhaps talk to our viewers, talk to people who you would like to encourage to also do something that you had ventured upon, no? And create their own journey, create their own selves. Yeah, see Anne first.
I believe any dream you have is possible with the right people. So if you have a passion for film, writing, or art itself, or all of that combined, I think the Broadcast Communication Department in Foundation University is exactly what you're looking for. And as a matter of fact, you might just surprise yourself with what the person you'll become a few months or a few years from here on. And honestly, this department is just surprising. It'll surprise you, and it'll surprise the friends and the families you have.
Yeah, so it's like a self-discovery,
Yes.
no? See Anne, yeah, Keith.
For me, maybe three things. Three things. One is never doubt yourself. Yeah, because if there's something that you want to achieve, and like you doubt yourself, like I doubt I can do that. So you will never be able to do that at all. So never doubt yourself. Second is never doubt opportunities. If when opportunity presents itself, like grab it, because opportunity comes maybe once.
yeah.
A certain opportunity. And lastly, never doubt what God can do for you.
Okay,
Yeah,
yes.
like in every day of our lives, like we encounter a lot of things. We may dream of a lot of things that seem so impossible, but with these three, I think we'll be able to achieve the person you want to be. And adding to that, the education you'll receive through experience and through learned individuals.
Yes, great. My goodness, no. Even myself looking at all of you, or looking at both of you, and even with the rest of the members of the cast. Wow, you have reached this far, no? But you can still do more, of course. So Godspeed, more films to do,
Yes,
more acting for Sian and the rest of the cast as well. So congratulations once again. So with that, friends, we bring to a close another episode of iGreyhound. We have just been exposed to the accomplishments of our Foundationites, students who have come this far, students who have achieved so much but are still able to achieve more. And please do not forget, our replays are at 2 to 3 in the afternoon every Friday and Saturday on Channel 6 of Filproducts TV-Dumaguete, and we are also being streamed live on the Facebook page of Foundation University. Thank you very much once again to my stylist, Miss Rofi of Yvonne's Closet, for making sure that I look chic on the show as always. This has been Cecile Henove bidding everyone a pleasant evening.